Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
LES wants your feedback. Help shape your electric utility's direction and priorities by taking an anonymous online survey. Make your voice heard before the survey closes on April 30th at les.com/survey.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today: snow, wind, and blizzard conditions likely. We'll see a high around 36. Tonight, decreasing clouds, continued wind, low around 20. And tomorrow, we'll see sunny skies with a light breeze and an afternoon high around 44. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fletcher for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and March Madness is here, and Koppel is ready to rock and roll. We just closed the books on a tremendous February, and we're locked and loaded for a big March. True 0% APR is happening right now at Koppel on select new models. Plus, Koppel has over $10,500 off list on other select new models. Our pre-owned truck lot is full of late model low gyms as well. So make that short drive down 144th Street or check us out online at koppelcars.com. All deals with a roof credit, 0% and stand alone.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
Give your furnace a break with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows. Heartland of Nebraska Windows offers a free estimate, full window replacements, all vinyl triple pane windows, and a lifetime warranty of everything, while still keeping their prices affordable. Sounds too good to be true, right? Heartland of Nebraska Windows is locally and family owned with their own team of installers. Give the window experts at Heartland of Nebraska Windows a call today at 402-430-3852 or visit them online at heartlandofnebraskawindows.com. Elevate your home or business with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows today.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Fairway has fresh cut meats, seafood, cheese, wine, and spirits, and a friendly staff that's always ready to help you find what you need. Stop by Fairway Meat Market today to plan your weekly meals in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
It takes hard work to make Nebraska the right place to raise a family, build a business, or grow a community. We're counting on working parents to make it happen, and they're counting on childcare professionals to have their backs. Employers and other contributors can earn up to a $100,000 tax credit for strengthening childcare in our communities and state. Learn more at nebraskachildcaretaxcredit.org. Brought to you by First 5 Nebraska and Nebraska Children and Families Foundation and aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, 2-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Welcome to The Drive with A.D. Raff and Ahman Gray. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0, and bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
12-year NFL veteran.
He's got some speed to go with strength.
Huskers and Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer.
Shovel pass to Green into Vikings territory. Finally brought down.
And University of Nebraska eSports coach Ahman Green.
Look at Green all by himself. 20, 10, touchdown.
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we are back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. It is Wednesday, Snowmageddon. Are you surviving, Nick Sainert?
Barely. We are having our lights here at the station flickering quite a bit. So you'll see, I'm sure throughout the course of the show, you'll see me kind of like snap my head to the left as I look out to our cafe area, and the lights will go down for like 5 seconds and then they'll pop back on and so on and so forth. But we're good right now. Yeah, it's kind of nasty outside. So hopefully there's a lot of people joining us either from their homes, from their living rooms. If you're out and about driving, appreciate you guys tuning in as always. But please drive safe, because I think it's going to get real dicey. It was fine when I drove in here about 8 a.m. this morning. It wasn't too bad, but it is a little dicey. I think it's getting a little dicey. We got, all the slush. So I'm sure you heard, Raff, because you're joining us from Alabama. There was thunder sleet for like a good chunk of the morning throughout the night. And overall, yeah, there's a lot of it's like thunder sleet, because you could hear it hitting your window. Well, so you get up this morning and it's like all slush outside. And so as the temperature drops, which it was still when I drove in at 8 a.m., it was 36 degrees. So I don't know if the temperature is planning to drop, but it's snowing pretty heavily. There's precipitation coming down pretty heavily. It's just a matter of, will it stick as snow or will it switch to kind of that slush instantly? Well, then you know what? That's where it can kind of get dicey, I suppose.
Yeah, it needs to hurry up and get over with and warm up so the golf courses can get greener and Nick can start hitting his 3-wood.
Something like that. I'm technically supposed to play in a golf tournament on Sunday. So, and we can say it because we have a golf league out there, Woodland Hills. By the way, make sure if you're still interested, I think there might be some spots open in our ticket golf league, but it fills up quick on Monday nights. I'm supposed to play in a golf tournament out at Woodland Hills this Sunday, and it's like an early season scramble or whatever. And I don't know if we're still going to be able to do that, because this is all going to be gone by tomorrow afternoon, more than likely. And so I would imagine that they'll be fine with it. But also, golf courses are pretty particular this time of year, especially the nicer ones like Woodland Hills, to where they're not going to let people on it if it's going to hurt them long term for the summer.
Yeah, they have some cart paths out there. I'm trying to think if they have it the entire 18 holes. I feel like
Woodland Hills, absolutely they do.
Yeah, so they'd maybe do cart path only with the carts, maybe, and just not drive on the fairways.
Whoa, okay, so this is what's fascinating. So Pete just sent in a picture of us, or to us, with like pictures of cars covered in snow. That is nothing what it looks like here. And so because we're getting that kind of reports of weird, different weather all over town. Hickman, I guess, doesn't even have a trace of anything. Waverly and Seward are out of power. Here, it looks and it appears like it's just coming down as like slush, like I said. And it's different within just like 15, 20 miles of us.
Did you see what he called Kearney?
Oh, there it is. He said, "This is Kearney right here, right now." Came up to Nick's hometown. Gotcha. Okay, so Pete's in Kearney. There's a lot of snow over in Kearney.
Drive safe if you're coming back, or
yeah, I did hear the interstate on that side is closed off, so that's a big part of it. Why as well? At
least you can go to the Cunninghams on the lake.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to sit outside though, like you would normally in middle of March or whatever. It might not be great to sit outside at Cunningham's on the lake, but overall, how here we'll do this. So this is what our street looks like here, Raffy. So right here is the street, so you can see it. It's very slushy. It's not a whole lot of accumulation, if you will. So
is it supposed to go on all day, or is it supposed to get? Because I wasn't sure if the worst is over, or if it's just supposed to continue on.
I think it's gonna pick up a little bit before it starts to taper off. I think when you look at the some of the predictions, we're in that warning until 10 p.m. I saw. So we're in that warning until 10 p.m. However, I don't think it's gonna last until 10 p.m. So it'll start to taper off, I'm sure. And like I said, the road conditions are what you worry about, especially if it gets below freezing and that slush starts to ice up. Yeah. That's when it can get real dicey. So like we said, if you can stay at home, stay at home. Try not to travel, try not to drive. Raff, it was probably smart of you to go and fly down to Bama yesterday. How was all the flights?
It was good. It was smooth, no delays. However, the second flight, oh man, me and my seat buddy would have won the tag team championship of the world. We had to easily have probably clocked in at probably over 700 pounds of.
No way.
Oh yeah. It was awesome. I was like, holy cow. There's not many times when I sit down in the seat and I feel tiny. It was awesome. But we made the best of it.
Were you on exit row at least?
Yeah, it didn't matter though. It was unreal. I was like, but like, when I go into those situations, I just make the best of it. I'm like, oh, you're looking at the new tag team champions of the world. And he laughed a little bit. I mean, it was incredible. That's probably the biggest tandem seat that I've ever sat on an airplane with another guy. It was great. That's why I always love traveling with Tracy, because it means I have a seat and a half, because
I was gonna say, does she just automatically take the middle seat for you?
She does it reluctantly. She likes the window, but I tell her, I'm like, Tracy, you are the perfect middle person. I mean, in a normal seat, she has room for activities. I mean, she can put out like a table and a refrigerator and a television, and she's still got room for more. It's unreal. I'm jealous of her in that sense, that I wish I was that tiny, to where when I got every time I get in an airplane, I just think about how bad my knee's going to be pressed up against the back of the seat with that iron post or whatever. Oh, horrible.
That's funny. Just programming notes. AD will join us here in just a few minutes. He's on the phone with some airlines. He's got some travel coming up in the next couple of days. So he texted us and said he's on hold with the airlines right now, which I would imagine there's a lot of people confused, curious, concerned about what their upcoming flights are going to be. And so I'm sure AD's right there, along with a lot of other people, probably on hold with some of those airlines, trying to figure out travel situations, delays, and whether or not they're going to be able to get out of town on time. So,
yeah, I was wondering when he was on, if he's trying to get earlier today, or because I know that he went up last night to beat the weather, so he'd be up there. So I know he's there. So hopefully he can find a flight. I believe he's going to Minneapolis.
That's correct. Yeah, just a quick one. Let's get some reaction from the text line. Brad from Baldwin says, I'm listening on the work truck. Appreciate you guys. Brad, be safe out there. Appreciate everything you and your guys over there do for the city and the community there. We have, let's see, Saltillo. Somebody just says Saltillo. Crowbait says supposed to be done snowing around 3 or 4. Thunder Not Collins sent in a picture of North Lincoln. Says braved the elements for the gym, only to find out that it was closed. But my Nissan Altima did great. So there you have it from Thunder. Rod in South Lincoln says the heavy snow starts around 11 a.m. and is going to taper off around 3 p.m. So there's your answer, Raff. So you're going to have all this kind of underneath everything, and then the heavy snow. I think they're still calling for, and I haven't seen anything since last night, but they're still calling for like the 5 to 7 inches of snow range. So it's going to be dicey. So I know places are closing though. So
yeah, well, hopefully it'll just happen, get over at 3 or 4 o'clock today.
Yeah.
And the melting process can begin. You can get out your golf clubs, begin your practice swings.
No, I do not need that. That's not a priority right now. Brandon asked on the YouTube stream, says, you have power? Yes, we do. He says, no power north of town. I'm in our shed right now doing livestock chores. So shout out to Brandon listening on the YouTube stream with no power, but still in his shed doing livestock chores. So shout out to
using his spare electricity for us.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Old Dad 34 says, I'm happy that you guys got all the snow up here in Newcastle. We have 0. Old Dad, we're more than happy to share, my friend, if you would like to. if you would like some of this. We have unnamed texture here says the streets are similar to going mudding outside of Denton. So I don't know, Raff, if you've ever gone mudding in a big truck. I don't know if you have, but there's the comparison for you.
I'd be up for it. That'd be a good time. I don't know if I've ever officially went mudding. I mean, I tried, back in my tiny cars that I used to drive, the old Sunfire. Take
well, you don't necessarily drive the biggest vehicle right now either. So, have you always had vehicles that are just non-proportional to your body size?
No, I used to have a pickup.
Okay.
I used to be my size, but then I was like the gas mileage, because back in the day I used to be a driver. I mean, I used to drive everywhere, like down to Alabama.
And now you can't. You just hate it.
Yeah, now I'm a kind of a flight snob. Like if I can't fly out of Lincoln, I just really don't even want to fly.
That's true. That's true. It is important to remind you guys tomorrow, as we pivot away from our weather talk, it is important to remind you, come on down to Buffalo Wings Ring, 68th and tomorrow and Friday, but especially tomorrow. How about this one for you, Raff? The first 64 people that go through the door, they get a special opportunity. They get a ping pong ball. We've done this for a couple of years. Highly recommend to get there early. Last year when Jake and I got there about an hour before the doors even opened at 11, there was already a line of people. Hopefully the snow's melted. We know the snow's going to stop by then. It's supposed to be, I believe, 50-ish degrees out there. Pretty comfortable in comparison to what we're dealing with today. So come on out, get in line early, get yourself a ping pong ball. I can guarantee you that all 64 teams have a ping pong ball. I know it because I wrote on them yesterday. I went and wrote every single team on every single ping ball.
Handwriting.
Well, that's why I have the chore of it. But every team has a ping pong ball. We have a sheet. You write your information on a sheet, and guess what? If that team wins the title, you win prizes. So you start to cheer for an Alabama. It's always funny when whoever gets Creighton and they're a big Nebraska fan, because then they're in this complicated
throw it out
position.
in the middle of the street.
There you go. Let somebody drive over that ping pong ball. So once again, if your team ends up in the Final Four with your ping pong ball, you'll go ahead and win prizes. Cinderellas are possible. So just because you get 15-seeded Robert Morris doesn't mean anything. It means you have a little slim chance, but doesn't mean anything because Cinderellas happen. You win prizes like Wings and Rings gift cards, other merchandise, and so much more. We're giving away prizes at the top of every hour from noon to 5 p.m. Top of every hour, Jake, myself, the rest of the crew will get over the speakers like we do at the Super Bowl parties, give away prizes at the top of every hour. And the best part is no purchase necessary. Come, eat, drink, be merry, have some fun while March Madness starts. Prizes like appetizers, beer buckets, beer pitchers, coolers, Dr. Pepper prize packs, 93.7 The Ticket merchandise, so much more. The first game, speaking of Creighton, starts at 11:15 between Louisville and the Creighton Blue Jays, with more games obviously throughout the entire day. Great food, beer, prizes, and sports talk. Buffalo Wings and Rings, 68th and location. Before you show up, make sure you also join our bracket challenge. Raff, are you in?
Yes.
Okay, good. Do you have it filled out?
Boom.
Do you have it filled out?
Yeah, filled out.
Okay.
Raff Nation.
Do you want to share your national champion pick?
I believe Florida Gators.
Okay, sounds good. Well, if you want to share and compete against us here at 93.7 The Ticket, go head over to the Tickets Twitter page or X profile at the top of our page. It is pinned. Click the link. Join the bracket challenge. That's another opportunity for you guys to win prizes, merch, gift cards, giveaways, some cool stuff. If you and bragging rights, right? You can brag to Raff all day about how you played, you had a better bracket than him. So join the link. It's pinned at the top of the profile. Join it. Fill it out by 11:15 a.m. tomorrow, and you feel free to share your national champion pick with us on our text line. So I think, Raff, as I filled it out last night, I hate going the chalk route of 1 seed versus 2 seeds, and that's the 4 1 seeds are going to make the Final Four. So I tried to remember kind of all the storylines. Iowa State's going to be without Keshawn Gilbert, and you have obviously Cooper Flagg's health is up in the air with the Duke Blue Devils, and are they going to be able to get past somebody? What about Purdue's normal postseason woes in March? Are they going to be able to get deep in the tournament after 2 years removed from the Fairleigh Dickinson drama? Speaking of, Fairleigh Dickinson's head coach at the time, Tobin Anderson. He went to Iona after that year. He got fired just a couple of days ago. So Tobin Anderson, the FDU coach at that time, is now looking for a job. But you try to think about all the storylines, right? After it was all said and done, I went with offense is going to win the day. And I picked the Alabama Crimson Tide to win the national championship. They're averaging like 92 points per game. It's bizarre.
Yep.
It's wild. So Mark Sears, Grant Nelson, the former North Dakota State Bison, probably going to be an NBA guy. So yeah, that's my pick. Let us know 402-464-5685. Who's your national champion pick? We'd love to shout you out, and make sure you join our bracket. We got over, I know for a fact we have over 130 people in it right now. So let's get that number over 200 before 11 a.m. tomorrow.
Hey, Nick, I got something to tell you. I debated whether I was going to mention this or not, but I have to.
Okay.
I think I found you the perfect girl.
It's time to go to break, Raff.
No, Nick.
It's time to go to break.
I think I found you the perfect girl. I saw it last night on TikTok.
Okay.
She tried out for American Idol. And she sang the funniest song. If you get a chance over the break, look up Sophie Powers.
Okay.
For American Idol song. I was laughing. I was crying. And I was like, that song and her is your perfect girl, Nick.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you're thinking about me in your free time. I really do appreciate that.
I'm always thinking about you.
Ref, we got a lot to get to over the course of the show. Reminder, AD will join us. AG is back tomorrow, but AD will join us here in just a few moments as soon as he gets off of a hold on a phone call he's got with the airlines going on right now. I'm seeing when he can get out of town and so on and so forth. We have a lot to get to, though. The show must go on. And Husker baseball, they win against Pepperdine in a big midweek game. They got another one later on today out in Malibu. Let's talk about it next, Raffy.
Sounds good. Will you watch the clip over the break for me?
I sure will.
And then let me know what you think.
I'll text you.
All right. We'll throw it a break. This is The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket.
Give your furnace a break with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows. Heartland of Nebraska Windows offers a free estimate, full window replacements, all vinyl triple pane windows, and a lifetime warranty of everything, while still keeping their prices affordable. Sounds too good to be true, right? Heartland of Nebraska Windows is locally and family owned with their own team of installers. Give the window experts at Heartland of Nebraska Windows a call today at 402-430-3852 or visit them online at heartlandofnebraskawindows.com. Elevate your home or business with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows today.
Bagels & Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in March. Try a double chocolate muffin with a leprechaun latte made with dark chocolate, peppermint, and Irish cream. For lunch, try the salmon panini with provolone, sesame oil, and tomatoes on a ciabatta roll with bagel chips. Perfect for Lent. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels & Joe.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and March Madness is here, and Koppel is ready to rock and roll. We just closed the books on a tremendous February, and we're locked and loaded for a big March. True 0% APR is happening right now at Koppel on select new models. Plus, Koppel has over 10,500 off list on other select new models. Our pre-owned truck lot is full of late model low gyms as well. So make that short drive down 144th Street or check us out online at koppelcars.com. All deals with a roof credit, 0% is standalone.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, 2-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Load up on meat and more this spring at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. This week's special through April 1st is $1 off all pasta, $2 off spaghetti sauce, and special discounts on hamburgers. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, or also at 168th and Maple Streets in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Forget the lame excuse this year. Your boss already knows why you can't make it to work for those magical 2 days in mid-March. Join 93.7 The Ticket on Thursday and Friday at Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O for March Mayhem. Come early on Thursday and get a ping pong ball with a lucky team on it. And stay all day for prizes throughout and buzzer beater upsets. It's March Mayhem with 93.7 The Ticket for the NCAA tournament at Buffalo Wings and Rings, 68th and 0.
Well, it's the middle of winter, the holidays are over, and the weather is unpredictable. Isn't there anything to look forward to? You bet there is. Cash Blast from your Nebraska Lottery is back. Until April 1st, buy a 2x2 ticket and enter the voucher number online for a chance to win one of 7 weekly drawings for $5,000 or $500. And if your voucher is from a 7-day draw ticket, your prize is doubled. Hey, there's nothing like a little green to cure the winter blues. 2x2 top prize odds 1 in 105,000.
Get ready for spring by joining an evidence-based program to improve your health and well-being. These programs use proven strategies to help you make lasting changes, whether it's boosting nutrition, increasing activity, managing stress, or enhancing wellness. Invest in yourself today and feel your best this spring and beyond. Paid for by the Nebraska Department of Health and Human Services. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Automotive Solutions is Lincoln's one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs, from vinyl wraps to engine repair and maintenance. Automotive Solutions offers fleet services as well as printing and graphic design for vinyl applications, plus installation of vinyl for boats, trucks, cars, and anything else you want wrapped. Perfection is their standard, and they never settle for less. Call today at 531-249-5600 or go to automotivesolutionslincoln.com to learn more. That's Automotive Solutions on 2024 Southwest 5th Street in Lincoln.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today: snow, wind, and blizzard conditions likely. We'll see a high around 36. Tonight, decreasing clouds, continue wind, a low around 20. And tomorrow, we'll see sunny skies with a light breeze and an afternoon high around 44. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fletcher for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It takes hard work to make Nebraska the right place to raise a family, build a business, or grow a community. We're counting on working parents to make it happen, and they're counting on childcare professionals to have their backs. Employers and other contributors can earn up to a $100,000 tax credit for strengthening childcare in our communities and state. Learn more at nebraskachildcaretaxcredit.org. Brought to you by First 5 Nebraska and Nebraska Children and Families Foundation and aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call today at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Gray on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. It is Wednesday. Weather is a little yucky outside, but hopefully it will clear up soon and we can get back to our regularly scheduled programming.
Yeah, and part of that features just warmer weather. So first off, as I was looking at the radar just now, we're getting all of this. Lincoln is, I should say specifically, on the edge of it all. That's why places like Hickman, Beatrice, they have zero. They got nothing right now. They're living in sunshine probably. Lincoln is not. And the farther north you go, when I left my house over on 40th and Yankee Hill this morning, it wasn't bad at all. Like, it was slush, but as I got downtown, that's when it got dicey, Raff.
Yeah, I'm glad you made it in safe and sound. Glad we still got power. Oh, thank goodness.
So Nebraska baseball yesterday, they knock off Pepperdine and to improve to now, what is it, 8-11 overall on the season.
Correct.
Nebraska baseball does.
Yep.
They will play once again tonight at 5 p.m. Central Time. You can watch the game on ESPN Plus once again, which I will say, just as a side note, it is nice. I wish I could find a better word to describe it. It is nice to have Husker baseball accessible. Like that is one thing that I will say that I think we're fortunate that even despite being in a conference like the Big Ten, where baseball and softball aren't necessarily prioritized, it is nice because, and we kind of talked about the higher caliber of opponents yesterday, but because Nebraska's playing some either notable names or they're playing in areas against teams that are more prominent, I should say, and not that Pepperdine is, but out in California, they're playing at places and against teams that have the capability and they have the willingness to stream, to broadcast, to put whole productions together so that people back here in Lincoln can watch it and across the country. Like, I understand that it's a pain in the butt for the streaming stuff. And, when they went to Frisco and they played LSU and Kansas State and Kansas State and LSU, it's a pain in the butt to have to pay for like the D1 baseball streaming service. I'm with everybody in there as well. But the fact that you can even watch it, I mean, there's still people and universities that don't travel broadcast crews, like Power 5 Division I baseball in the Big Ten Conference, teams that don't travel their broadcast crews out to road games because there's just not enough buy-in from either the universities or the fan bases. And so it is nice, Raff, like to know, yeah, you know what? If I want to turn on the Husker game, which I will tonight at 5 p.m. and watch the Huskers play out in Malibu, I can do that on ESPN Plus, and it's actually going to be some sort of a professional broadcast. Because once you get into the Big Ten, it's a lot of Big Ten Plus. It's not a whole lot of even Big Ten Network, and you have that now for Husker baseball and softball, to where Nebraska, the athletic department, they travel their broadcasters out. Whether it's Nate Rohr, whether it's Ben, whoever it is, they're traveling to every road site and they're trying to bring, the accessibility at an all-time high.
I was going to ask you, like, what are your thoughts? Like, say, like I saw there was gymnastics meet last Saturday night in Lincoln, and a lot of the old gymnasts, they get, I think it's Big Ten Plus and stuff, so they can watch the meets.
Yeah.
They were kind of upset because the quality of it just really was not there. And then some people were like, well, at least you get something. But then, she responded back with, yeah, but I'm paying for this service. I mean, where's true. Like equal medium? I understand you've got to be like, like, okay, I see that it's student run and maybe it's, a student first time doing this. However, you are paying a fee. So there's some sort of, I think there's got to be equality there.
Well, that's the thing, right? And like that's been a lot of people's frustration with Big Ten Plus. And I will say, like, fortunately for a lot of people here, it's when Nebraska's on the road. And it goes back to the buy-in and the expectation that I think each university has for themselves. Because, for example, Nebraska, they go all in on the Big Ten Plus network and side of things. It looks like we have AD. What's up, AD? Good morning.
Good morning, man.
There he is. AD, just to welcome you in. It is disgusting outside. I know you're not far away in Omaha, but let me show the street cam. It is not good outside here in Lincoln.
No.
A little dicey. There's road trucks out there working right now, though. But what we're talking about is Big Ten Plus and the differences between whether or not we should lean in more to, okay, you know what? We understand if the quality of it is not as good because it's usually student run or it's not a full-time professional broadcast that these people are having their careers for, right? But then also on the other side of it, as Raff was kind of talking about right before you joined, was, well, people are paying for it. And I was getting ready to say, Nebraska is one of the few Big Ten schools that truly invests in it. Like, as somebody that went through the journalism college here, it was a big deal if you were able to go on to Big Ten Plus, or you called games for Big Ten Plus, or ran the switcher or whatever it is, the cameras. But you have to have buy-in from your students. And at other places, if you go and have a broadcaster that doesn't have any interest in baseball, softball, or background knowledge of gymnastics or wrestling, like you kind of talked about, Raff, to bring those sports in there as well, well, then your quality of broadcast is going to be pretty crappy. And then it's going to, drive people to leave the streaming platform. You're not going to want to watch big games on the Big Ten Plus streaming sites. And it brings up a tough conversation between understanding that these are college students working on their craft, but then, like you said, I'm paying $12 a month for this or whatever it is.
Yeah, it's always it's an interesting topic, and it's a dice roll every time you tune in to a particular school and what the broadcasting is going to be. Sometimes it's and then other times you're like, you know what? I'd rather just put it on mute. And not listen and not listen to anything. Just go to your, obviously go to your local broadcaster, your online broadcaster, like from Nebraska Sports, etc. But man, sometimes, like you mentioned, Nick, is just getting buy-in from the students. Are they really? I think the biggest thing is, are you committed to it or not?
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I think a lot of it falls on the the director of broadcasting at the universities too, or whoever runs it, right? Because I will say this, like at Nebraska, I talked about the background knowledge. Me calling wrestling would not be as good as somebody that maybe wrestled in high school or whatever. Not saying that I can't invest time and effort into learning it and to talking about it and being able to broadcast it at a high enough of a level. But similarly so, it would be different than Raff calling baseball or me calling baseball. It'd just be different. And then Raff calling football versus me calling football. So the intricacies of the specific sport is important. Don't just throw guys or girls, whichever one, don't throw them to the wolves on a broadcast with less than 24 hours of prep and expect them to do a good job of representing your broadcasting department in your university, right? Like that was one of the things I tweeted out actually during the Louisiana Lafayette game with Nebraska baseball was that they had an ESPN Plus broadcast that featured students that knew the intricacies of the game of baseball, which was impressive for me because you could listen to it at a high enough of a level. The camera work, like the switcher, the transmit, like those types of things, the communication between the camera crew. When you're in this business, you can kind of tell those things. It was smooth and it was purposeful. You don't have just a random jump to a right field camera for no reason at all because somebody pushed the button incorrectly. Like those things matter. And it all plays a part in the viewing pleasure or displeasure for the viewer. And it is nice. I was kind of talking about this. The reason that this was even brought up, AD, was because I was talking about Nebraska's going to play on ESPN Plus again tonight against Pepperdine. And last night's broadcast wasn't nails on a chalkboard trying to listen or view it. It was actually, okay, you know what? This feels like somebody that's actually invested effort. And that's all you can ask for.
Because I'm all about leniency and being like, okay, I understand. But you also realize too, when you're watching and you're like, there is absolutely no care in this whatsoever.
Yeah.
But what changes it is like, okay, but I'm paying a fee for this service, so that you've got to there's got to be some middle ground, or there's got to be some quality to this, being that you are charging.
Well, and like I said, it's that fine line of like, once again, it goes, we can use the comparison of sports, right? Like in coaching with coaches and football players or basketball players, as a coach, don't put your players in a spot to where they're set up for failures. Put them in a spot to where they're set up for success. The same thing can be said for this side of things when you're putting on a streaming service or a broadcast production. I think we just flickered. Okay. But same thing can be said when you're setting up a streaming service or a broadcast, is that as a university, put your college kids that are broadcasting this in a spot to where they can be successful. If they don't want to put in the time and effort into the prep and into the having, establishing background knowledge and understanding the players and understanding the roster, then that's on them. But if you're trying to get somebody to do something that they just don't want to do, and you know that, but yet you still put them in that spot, that's a representation of your entire university. And I think Nebraska does do a good job, though, of establishing and figuring out, okay, who's a good fit for men's basketball? Who's a good fit for softball? Who's a good fit for wrestling? Because Nebraska is one of the few Big Ten teams that gets it right pretty often.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll tell you about, going back to like my time back in the day, the Rick Alloways and the Jeff Schmalls of the world, that they instilled so much pride and so much love into, everything broadcasting at the university back, back in our time. I mean, that was awesome. And I think, and you saw the Kevin Kuglers and the people like that came from that just because they put so much love and attention into it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's like you said, Nick, it's definitely a commitment thing. And if you're committed to bringing out quality broadcasting or not, and you know what, Nick, I think about the classes you teach. What would be the message you would give to those students that are wanting to get into that space? Obviously, while they're taking the class in some shape or form, to study the game. Because Nick, I think about you. 48 games that you did, and the preparation it takes, the studying it takes for that, getting names right, understanding the flow and ebbs. Like you mentioned, Nick. I mean, I would do horrible at wrestling. I don't even know. I wouldn't even know what to call. I mean, Pindy. Okay, got him. What?
Yeah, right. Like the terminology.
Yeah, thank you for that, AD.
No,
it's like it out.
Yeah, right. It's like the terminology of do you just have basic level to where it flows smoothly to where you can talk about it, and somebody that has never watched the sport before is starting to understand it or starting to learn it because of how you're bringing it across. I think what you could always tell college students too is like, you never know who's listening. You never know. I mean, the perfect example is we're listening from Lincoln, Nebraska, and we're going to be watching a game that's taking place in Malibu on a Pepperdine. And if it's a Pepperdine student on the broadcast, they don't know who's listening from Nebraska or from some other state. And
all over the world.
Yeah, right. And same for broadcast in Nebraska. You don't know all the people that are listening across the country or across, the state that you're broadcasting in. So it's always to really drive this home. One of the things that you can control is effort and prep. And I mean, that's just the truth. And so if you invest the time into it, then guess what? You're going to be have a chance to be pretty successful at it. But also if you don't, then you have a pretty big chance to make yourself kind of look like a fool at times. And you guys know it just from doing a show every day. Like the prep is the most important part, and the investment into it, into even just 2 hours of sports talk radio. Off the mics, guys, we can joke around, we can BS, we can have a good time and enjoy it, and we don't have to be spot on. But here, hey, this baby's on, and we want to make sure that we know what we're actually talking about.
You know what, Nick? There's something what you mentioned there. I mean, I know that you take it seriously. Raff takes it very seriously. I take it very seriously. I think you're giving I know you're giving your listeners a disservice when you haven't done your homework, when you don't know what's going on, and you're just pulling stuff out of the air. And I'm not talking about opinions. That's different. All three of us could look at the same issue and see three different things, but we know the issue. When you don't know what's going on, bring it back to the radio and the broadcasters. You're not familiar with the names. You're not, as far as that goes, if you're not familiar with the sport, it's going to show.
Yeah,
it's definitely going to show. And I think you do your listeners, those people that are tapping in from all over the country to watch their preferred school, you're doing them a disservice when you haven't done your time to research, to get the names, know some background, etc. Nick, think about this. I'm going to ask you this. For each game that you did, okay, let's go with the first round. How much time did it take you to prep for those first round games?
Well, so I mean, the way that it would work is I would usually take one class and do one class a day. We're talking probably when it was all said and done to get ready for 6 games of each class. You're probably looking at an hour and a half per class or per game, excuse me. So, I mean, we're talking at least 5.5, 6 hours, a day. So it was 5.5 hours on Sunday and another 5 on Monday and another 5 on Tuesday. And then after those games, you don't want to reuse the same information, right? Like if I open a broadcast, I'm like, wow, hey, look at, you know what? Scott Catholic, they're trying to go for the 3-peat. I use that nugget on day 1. I can use it on day 2, but I can't let that be the headline. Like I can't, I want to try to find some fresh information. So then after day 1, you go home and you're like, okay, what else can I talk about as kind of the headline of next? Okay, they got Brock Scholl. He's going to Omaha. hey, what's he going to bring to Omaha next year as kind of a 6'9" post player, right? So it's like those types of things. And I'm sure not even close to perfect. I think one thing I will say, though, you have to kind of find what fits you best. But AD and Raff, like DP always says it, and this is one of the many things I appreciate, is he goes, you're either there to educate or inform, I guess, or entertain. And he's like, you have to choose which one you want to be, which one do you want to be. And because there's a lot of talking heads on national television, and it's kind of annoying and unfortunate that national sports television has shifted more to the entertaining side rather than the informing side, because it is so just opinion based, and it's so much speculation and so much hypothetical scenarios and stuff, to where you can now, I think we've all figured out, and I think we do a pretty good job of it on the show, of let's educate, but we can also be entertaining while we do educate. And that's where it goes back to the prep work, and it goes back to the investment into it. And if you have that, then hopefully the people start to listen every day and tune in, and we have a great group of listeners, and hopefully we continue to add to that number. So this was a little side tangent, Raff, that we got on. Look what you did. Look what you did.
That's what I do.
Either way, Nebraska baseball, though, they did win last night. They went 9-6 over Pepperdine. Carson Yassa with another nice performance on the mound. And this is a guy in Carson Yassa who is really, really talented, throws real hard, and through his couple of starts, he's been able to locate. And that's been a big problem with Nebraska is limiting the walks, limiting the free passes, and even if that means pitching to contact a little bit, that's fine. Carson Yassa goes 5 innings. He only allows 2 hits, 2 earned runs, only walked 2, but he struck out 7 guys in his outing. Nebraska out of the pen, Price Bender had a little bit of a disappointing day. He allowed 4 earned runs in an inning and a third, but then the back end guys really slammed the door. Nice job by Garrett Clevenger, Casey Dice, and Luke Broderick. Broderick picked up save number 4 on the year. So Nebraska now, as I mentioned, they are 8-11. Pepperdine drops to 4-15. They'll play again today at 5 p.m. Central Time, guys.
TJ Coates will be on the mound, I believe, tonight, Nick and Raff, taking care of business to start it off for the Huskers there in Malibu. Again, if you guys haven't been to Malibu, man, Raff, you've been there, haven't you? I know you have. Yep. Yeah, Malibu's a beautiful spot, beautiful setting. Put it this way, they won't be getting weather like we're getting right now.
Yeah, exactly. Here, let's look at the update. Let's look at the update. It is, you can't necessarily see it as well and as detailed on the camera, but it is. Oh, you saw it when the car drove through.
Yes.
For those that are on the video stream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Allo Channel 961. Especially if you're at home, that's the way to turn it on. Turn us on the TV, on YouTube, on Facebook, and just kind of hang out on the couch, and let's be a couch. You guys could be a couch potato. We'll be here giving you some sports talk.
I've seen Freehoff's feet already. His feet are kicked up, man.
Good. That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. So, gentlemen, we got history coming up. Raffy, take us away, my friend.
All right, we'll throw it a break. Just the drive, 93.7 The Ticket.
It's $5.99 barbecue time. Hurry to Hog Wild for a complete barbecue meal that's only $5.99. Get a 1-meat sandwich loaded with our award-winning barbecue, plus your choice of a classic side and drink for just $5.99. Upgrade your sandwich to beef brisket for just $1 more. Join us for lunch or dinner in Lincoln at 3210 Cornhusker Highway. Order online at GoHogWild.com.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
Well, it's the middle of winter, the holidays are over, and the weather is unpredictable. Isn't there anything to look forward to? You bet there is! Cash Blast from your Nebraska Lottery is back! Until April 1st, buy a 2x2 ticket and enter the voucher number online for a chance to win one of 7 weekly drawings for $5,000 or $500. And if your voucher is from a 7-day draw ticket, your prize is doubled. Hey, there's nothing like a little green to cure the winter blues. 2x2 top prize odds, 1 in 105,000.
Wrestling fans, it's time to elevate your game, just like Stevens & Smith Construction does for your concrete needs. As your full-service concrete contractor, we deliver solid results every time. From singles to doubles, fighting for inside position to scrambling reversals, we know how to pin down quality and slam expectations. Stevens & Smith Construction, a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket, where Husker wrestlers bring you all the action. Don't stall. Stevens & Smith Construction is here to help you build a concrete foundation for the win. Check us out at www.stevensandsmith.com because stalling is a penalty and winning is the only option.
I'm Chief Dave Engler. When a fire truck hits a pothole with 12 tons of fast-moving equipment and crew, it's a problem. On your ballot in April is a measure to continue Lincoln's quarter-cent sales tax for street improvements. A vote against eliminates the street funding. A vote for will not raise your taxes and keeps the funding in place. And better roads means faster response times. Learn more at LincolnOnTheMove.com.
We use our Lincoln streets every day, and so do first responders. But visitors and out-of-town commuters also do. A quarter-cent sales tax for streets passed by voters in 2019 makes those commuters pay about $6 million a year to improve streets. On your ballot in April is a measure to continue it. A vote against means no more funds from commuters. A vote for will not raise your taxes, and commuters still pay. Learn more at LincolnOnTheMove.com. Paid for by the City of Lincoln.
Give your furnace a break with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows. Heartland of Nebraska Windows offers a free estimate, full window replacements, all vinyl triple pane windows, and a lifetime warranty of everything, while still keeping their prices affordable. Sounds too good to be true, right? Heartland of Nebraska Windows is locally and family owned with their own team of installers. Give the window experts at Heartland of Nebraska Windows a call today at 402-430-3852 or visit them online at heartlandofnebraskawindows.com. Elevate your home or business with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows today.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Fairway has fresh cut meats, seafood, cheese, wine, and spirits, and a friendly staff that's always ready to help you find what you need. Stop by Fairway Meat Market today to plan your weekly meals in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. The last few years have been wild, but we've been here for you through all the ups and downs, and we'll be here for you when you need us the most, for all your travels and for your day-to-day driving. With winter conditions causing problems all over town, the last thing anyone needs this year is constant car troubles. Let us help you drive in peace and make sure you drive to work and to winter destinations safe. A1 Automotive, 11th and L Street downtown, always honest answers.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Right now, when you drive by Honda of Lincoln, you'll see more than 200 new Hondas and over 125 pre-owned vehicles. Hi, Charlie Stone here, and with me on the line is Andy Goodyear of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, how does it feel to have so many vehicles in stock again for your customers?
Charlie, it feels amazing to see how excited our customers are. They love the ability to see, test drive, and take immediate delivery of the exact new Honda they're looking for.
Do you have some good offers to talk about?
We sure do, Charlie. We're offering financing as low as 0.9% APR up to 72 months or great lease rates on every new Honda. It's the perfect time to drive away in the new Honda you've been dreaming of.
How about pre-owned, Andy?
We have over 125 pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Just about every make and model with prices starting at under $10,000.
Maybe it's time you experience the best, the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Hey, Husker Nation. This is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Winter World Lincoln. At Winter World, World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Bagels and Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in March. Try a double chocolate muffin with a leprechaun latte made with dark chocolate, peppermint, and Irish cream. For lunch, try the salmon panini with provolone, sesame oil, and tomatoes on a ciabatta roll with bagel chips. Perfect for Lent. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
Now back to the drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Green on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. It is Wednesday, surviving the weather of Lincoln, Nebraska.
Raff, what's the weather look? Go ahead, Nick.
I was gonna say, Raff, you can't come into on the air and act like you're here experiencing it with us, dude.
Yeah, I know, but all my family's there.
That's true. Not all of your family. Be careful.
I mean, it is 70. But I care.
What is it there?
70.
Oh my gosh!
But I care.
What's on the docket today, Raff? You got anything crazy going on?
Yeah, me and Lola are gonna go for a walk.
Okay. Anything crazy?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Sounds like a busy day ahead. Hopefully you find time to just sit and smell the roses. Okay.
Yep.
Make sure you take some breaths.
Maybe a cigar.
Oh, okay. Sounds good.
On the deck.
AD, what's the update with the airlines, my friend? What's the plan coming up?
It's a mess, man. It is a mess. It is what it is. It's horrible outside right now. In fact, I'm at the embassy. Kind of give you the walk. I'll let you look outside.
That must be the right now. Suite. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Top of the hotel.
Oh wow.
Good Lord.
Yeah. Gross, dude.
Yeah. It is not good in Omaha, Nebraska right now. So it's late until 3:00. They bumped it, and I had to get online and do all that good stuff on there. But the thing is, I don't speak until 8:15 tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
But hence why I came yesterday knowing there would have been no drive in Omaha this morning. That's for sure.
No way.
You'd have been crazy. In fact, I was talking to my in-laws. The interstate's closed from Lexington to Lincoln, from what I understand.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. The interstate is closed from Lexington to Lincoln. And so I think the key thing here, well, you see it outside. I think the key thing is just the wind and the ice. So hopefully by 3:00, we got, some hours in there that can take, will subside a little bit to get me up there. My main thing, as long as I get there tonight, I'm good. I don't care what time it takes off, but it's got to be tonight.
Are you even entertaining the possibility of driving?
No.
Okay. I completely understand.
Yeah, because they're getting weather. From what I understand, it's just that whole system is just covering.
Yeah.
This whole entire area, man. So I actually, that thought came in and came out really fast when I looked kind of the pattern.
Let me just look at the Weather Channel. Let's see what we know. Okay, cool. We're gonna get through there on the air. Okay, sounds good.
I'm just hoping and praying it works out. Yeah.
I mean, my flight leaves at like 7:30 tomorrow night for Dallas. We should be good by then.
I think it'll be good because I think tomorrow's supposed to be 50 degrees in Lincoln.
I believe so.
Yeah, and I think the route that has been so warm. I'm hoping it doesn't stick too long. I think it is. I think it's going to melt pretty quick with that temperature rising again tomorrow. So we'll see what happens, man.
For sure. Raffy, what you got in history today? Whoa. Okay, we lost power for a second. We got it back.
Wow.
We got it back. Sorry, it startles me every time because the TVs in here, the TVs are computer to my right. It like shuts down for a second, so it's like, whoa, wait a minute. But no, everything's booted back up. We're back. We got generators.
I got some history for you. Raff,
the computers in the background go off and then turn back on.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, they do. They flicker on and off back there.
That's crazy.
Raff, you go. I'll go after you, brother.
All right. My history for today is goodbyes and hellos. 1991, the Kansas City Royals put Bo Jackson on waivers. His hip injury that he sustained against the Bengals still was in bad shape. So the Royals let Bo Jackson go that year, 1991. However, he is in the Kansas City Royals Baseball Hall of Fame. And then on this day in 1995, Michael Jeffrey Jordan returns to the Chicago Bulls after a 17-month episode of playing baseball. He had 19 points. However, the Bulls lost 103-96 to the Indiana Pacers.
Wow. I think he
What
just came.
number did he wear that night?
45, wasn't it?
Well done, AD. Well done.
Yeah, Nick wasn't even born.
Nope.
That's crazy to think that Nick was not born when MJ came back. Gosh, that is nuts, man.
I remember it vividly, though, just like it was yesterday.
Because Raff, remember, it just was a press release from his agent. It just said, "I'm back." That was it, Nick. That was all it said.
Trust me, because now you got all these like bums out here that never play a sport that are using it too, and they're like, "I'm back." And it's like, all right.
I didn't even know you left.
Hey, yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Like you had a choice to leave in the first place.
Yeah. Yeah. Raff, I actually had a t-shirt, man, with Jordan with 45. I think Keenan might have that. My son Keenan might have it. It just says, "I'm back."
Yeah.
And that was the facts back in the fax days that literally blew the world. Just blew the world apart. It's like, MJ is back. That's all he said, man. I'm back.
I always think it's so funny with Nick too. Like, I always think back when we were like kids and stuff, and you talk about the 60s, and it just felt like it was so long. It's so long ago. But then, like Nick, we talk about the 90s, and in Nick's mind, he probably thinks of that as like the 60s, where he's just like, "Oh my God, it's so long ago."
It's just
that
as
was
long, 30 years, man.
That was a whole lifetime ago.
Yeah, literally for you it was.
So
hey, I'm gonna do the shameless plug before I do my history, but because it was kind of history. If you haven't been to Jackson Booksellers in the Old Market in Omaha, you have got to come check that place out. Ventured into there yesterday and got lost for over an hour. Just some books, man. But it's called Jackson Booksellers on Jackson Street, and it's down in the Old Market. But you talking about rare used books and titles that are no longer, they're discontinued. I mean, it's just an amazing spot. So definitely check out Jackson Booksellers. I was in there for a grip, checking that place out. But what's that?
Raff, how long would you last in a bookstore?
Oh, me? If there's sports books, I'd be there forever.
What about in a normal Barnes and Noble without the sports section?
Oh, I could be there for a while because I'm a history buff. I mean, I love my JFK. I love all that. I love all that stuff. I love all that, the history of it all. I love Elvis. I could read my Elvis books.
Raff, you come across as a guy, though, that's going to pick a book out, go sit on the couch or one of those chairs that they have at Barnes & Noble and read it and then never buy it. That's how you'll spend hours there. You'll grab it and be like, "Oh, this is good." You'll read the first couple pages. You'll go sit in the corner in the store and be like, I don't think this one's for me. And just keep up. You'll read small amounts, but you'll just never buy a thing.
There is a possibility of that. There is a possibility. But I do have a pretty good stack of books that I have purchased through the years.
Okay.
But a lot of them in eBay, so maybe a little bit of a discount.
There you have it. 80, what you got this morning?
Oh man, that's hilarious, dude. It's a great spot, man. I actually shipped some books back. They shipped them back for me because I was not gonna be able to.
Nice.
But literally got like 7 or 8 books for $60.
Whoa.
So yeah, it's an amazing plot. It's an amazing spot, man. It shows you the time that's how things have changed. Because in 1985, Coach Tom Osborne, folks, check this out, welcomed 61 members of his walk-on class. 61 members. And he goes, this is Coach Osborne being quoted in the Journal Star back in 1985. Nick, this is ancient history to you. I was actually 11, me and Raff were 11. He goes, I look at recruiting in 2 phases. This is Coach Osborne. One is the scholarship signees and then walk-ons. And I really consider them almost of equal importance. You look at that, he goes, this is obviously during this time, the numbers tell the story why Osborne places so much importance on Nebraska's walk-on program. 9 walk-ons started at some point last season, meaning 1984, and 24 walk-ons were among the 65 players who alternated on Nebraska's 60-man travel roster. Coach Osborne says, I think the overriding issue that influences walk-ons is the fact they can see the number of walk-ons who play here, Osborne said. You look at just a few names on here. There was, from Lincoln East, there was Dave Clare, Timmy Clare's brother, wingback, 5'10". Also from Lincoln East, there was Tim Harrington. Omaha Roncalli, there was Phil Higgins that played fullback. From Lincoln East, there was Matt Jewett from Lincoln East. Lincoln Southeast, Raff, had Chris Johnson, who was a kicker. That was from there. From Lincoln High, you had Russ Lose and Russ Lubin from Lincoln High. From Lincoln East, you also had Pat McClashlin, the great Pat McClashlin, good buddy of mine, man, that's still in Lincoln doing business. Also, you look at Broken Bow, you had Eric Reinhardt from Broken Bow, Minden, Eric Olson, Fremont. You had Rick Shanks. Not be good if he's on the golf team with a name like Rick Shanks. But Scott Van Pola, who's coached for years at Lincoln Southeast, was also part of that walk-on team. You had Travis Thorell, who became a GA, I believe, too, Raff, at Nebraska during that time. So there was, like I said, a huge member walk-on cast. And, of course, Raff, the one we probably know the most out of that class, Monty Krashenstein from Gothenburg, Nebraska. The same area as Novacek. And Coach Novacek bumped Novacek, and Novacek, their dad, Coach Novacek, was my coach when I played in the Shrine Bowl. Mm-hmm. Yep, he was our coach when I played in the Shrine Bowl. So 61 walk-ons, many of those, and I'm remiss if I didn't mention, there's a number of them that contributed to Nebraska during their tenure there. So 61, think about that, you guys. That is half the roster that we have over half, a little bit over, that we'll have, that'll be 105 roster, we'll have to cut it down. 61 of those guys Coach Osborne had as walk-ons back in 1985. It's wild.
That's insane.
It's wild.
That's insane.
I want to read this as well. Husker P, good morning to you. Husker P, hope you're staying warm out there, brother. Appreciate you and all the folks that are out there, the mail carriers. He goes, you guys wouldn't last 5 minutes as a letter carrier here like Cubsker and myself. Husker P, you were exactly right. So Husker P, I appreciate you. And Cubsker, I appreciate you guys as well. Ron, man, I was really trying not to rhyme, but it was testy with the beat that Nick dropped. And Nick, this is something, and Ralph, this is something. Derek in the car appreciate these comments. I know the entire station appreciates these comments. All the ticket program hosts and personalities are top-notch in their profession, always serve up interesting topics and guest contributors, and you come prepared. Nick, your situation is made extremely difficult because of the volume of information you must ingest each year, because there's always a new town to research. When I think of the ticket programming, the first word I think of is integrity. Derek in the car, I know we all appreciate those kind words, man. We do our best to give you guys and gals the best at tuning in. So definitely appreciate those words, my man.
For sure. Gentlemen, when we come back, we have NCAA tournament stuff to talk about. There's some intriguing games. Obviously, tomorrow we have 2 more first 4 games later on this evening. North Carolina, Bubba Cunningham says, we belong.
After $100,000 pay raise, right?
Yeah, he said we belong, and I'm going to go on vacation.
And I would last for longer than 5 minutes as a letter carrier because I'd be driving that little truck.
There's no way. There's no way that the mail weighs enough to where like you get weighed down and back there, so you don't slip and slide on those things.
Yeah, you know, those little things, man. They don't seem like they would be slide. It's almost probably like driving an ice skate, if you would, man, on days like today.
I don't know if you guys ever seen those wheels. Are tiny. I mean, those wheels are tiny. They got to be. I mean, but hey, you know what? You never see very rarely do you ever see a mail truck broken down. I mean, they never go above 20 miles an hour, it feels like. But, you know, hey, I've never seen a mail truck going above 45 miles an hour.
No, you don't.
I think that's my new goal in life. I want to see a mail truck pulled over by a cop for speeding.
That's funny. That'd be good.
Well, let me read this before we go to break. This segment is brought to you by Jack Russell, the Farm Bureau Financial Services. Jack has been a well-respected representative since 1999. Can help you protect your home, your vehicle, family, or even your future. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9999. 9100, or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or Seward and learn how Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services can help you.
There you have it. Raffy, take us to break. We got the 10 o'clock hour after this.
All right, we'll throw it a break. Just the drive, 93.7, The Ticket.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage door sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, a realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at DoorsPlusLLC.com or give them a call today at 402-590-5800. Doors Plus, garage doors and more.
Automotive Solutions is Lincoln's one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs, from vinyl wraps to engine repair and maintenance. Automotive Solutions offers fleet services as well as printing and graphic design for vinyl applications, plus installation of vinyl for boats, trucks, cars, and anything else you want wrapped. Perfection is their standard, and they never settle for less. Call today at 531-249-5600 or go to automotivesolutionslincoln.com to learn more. That's Automotive Solutions on 2024 Southwest 5th Street in Lincoln.
Bagels and Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in March. Try a double chocolate muffin with a leprechaun latte made with dark chocolate, peppermint, and Irish cream. For lunch, try the salmon panini with provolone, sesame oil, and tomatoes on a ciabatta roll with bagel chips. Perfect for Lent. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and March Madness is here, and Koppel is ready to rock and roll. We just closed the books on a tremendous February, and we're locked and loaded for a big March. True 0% APR is happening right now at Koppel on select new models. Plus, Koppel has over 10,500 off list on other select new models. Our pre-owned truck lot is full of late model low gyms as well. So make that short drive down 144th Street or check us out online at koppelcars.com. All deals with a roof credit, 0% is standalone.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call today at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started. The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Load up on meat and more this spring at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. This week's special through April 1st is $1 off all pasta, $2 off spaghetti sauce, and special discounts on hamburgers. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, or also at 168th and Maple Streets in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks? Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Lincoln's go-to for fun isn't new. It's a place that's been a staple of the city for years and is only getting better. Matson's Bowling and Billiards always has open bowling available with no long lines unlike other centers. They have live music almost every weekend and great food at EJ's Bar and Lounge with seating for 150 people. They have popular meals like the EJ Burger, pizza for the whole family, and famous EJ's Wings. Contact Sarah to book a party for friends, coworkers, or family at Madsen's Bowling and Billiards just south of 48th and Holdridge.
Wrestling fans, it's time to elevate your game, just like Stevens & Smith Construction does for your concrete needs. As your full-service concrete contractor, we deliver solid results every time. From singles to doubles, fighting for inside position to scrambling reversals, we know how to pin down quality and slam expectations. Stevens & Smith Construction, a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket, where Husker wrestlers bring you all the action. Don't stall. Stevens & Smith Construction is here to help you build a concrete foundation for the win. Check us out at www.stevensandsmith.com because stalling is a penalty and winning is the only option.
Get ready for spring by joining an evidence-based program to improve your health and well-being. These programs use proven strategies to help you make lasting changes, whether it's boosting nutrition, increasing activity, managing stress, or enhancing wellness. Invest in yourself today and feel your best this spring and beyond. Paid for by the Nebraska Department of Health and Human Services. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
What's going on, fans? This is Lexi Rodriguez, four-time All-American at Nebraska and now proud member of Omaha's newest professional team, Love Omaha Volleyball. League One Volleyball is bringing the heat this year. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national players, and national champions right here in Omaha from now through April. We can't wait to see you cheering us on in the stands. Visit lovboma.com to buy single match tickets to see me and Love Omaha Volleyball in action this season. Go Big Green.
Welcome to The Drive with AD Raff and Ahman Green. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0, and bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
12-year NFL veteran.
He's got some speed to go with strength.
Huskers and Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer.
Shovel pass to Green into Vikings territory. Finally brought down.
And University of Nebraska eSports coach, Ahman Green.
Look at Green all by himself. 20, 10, touchdown.
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. We're proudly sponsored by Doors Plus. If your garage door needs maintenance or need an entirely new garage door, give Cameron Hall and his team a call today at 402-590-5800. Doors Plus is locally owned and handles everything from residential or commercial garage doors, garage door openers, safety tune-ups, or custom design. Visit DoorsPlusLLC.com to learn more. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more. Hey, did you guys see what just came across the wire?
The Masters dinner?
Well, the Masters dinner, but also Netflix announced that they are doing a show on mascots.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Not just joking. So it starts out, first season they did quarterbacks, second season they did receivers, and the third season they were doing mascots. And they had like Joe Burrow and those guys on there. And Joe Burrow's like, they don't even talk. So they're doing season 2 of the quarterback. It's going to be Joe Burrow, Jared Goff, and Cousins.
Oh, good. Jared Goff. That's good. That's good. Get an MVP candidate in there. Guys, so here's what I do want to let you guys know. AD, have we filled out our bracket?
No, I'm it's weird that you said that because I'm literally looking at it on my iPad right now. I'm going to do that.
Do you know who your champion is?
No.
Okay.
No.
Nebraska.
Sounds good. Yeah. Wait a minute. Go ahead.
Speaking of Nebraska, though, it is cool that you have Creighton women and men and UNO, and of course our Nebraska women represent. Like I said, only obviously the one we were missing in the big dance of the men, but I think it's really cool that UNO made it to the big dance, man. That's cool stuff for those guys, man. Cool stuff.
UNO's got to play the Godfather.
They got St. John's.
They got Rick Pitino. But we say all this before we dive in fully into March Madness. Join the 93.7 The Ticket Bracket Challenge on ESPN's Tournament Challenge app. Join the group by going to 93.7 The Ticket's Twitter page. Click on the link. The tweet with the link is pinned at the top of the Ticket's profile. All you got to do, first of all, if you're not following 93.7 The Ticket, shame on you. Second of all, hit that follow button and then look at the pinned tweet at the top of our page. Click the link. It'll join it. You'll see myself, Jake, Raff, AD. Everybody's in there. Everybody's in the group, and you can compete for a chance to win prizes. It is completely free, and you can win prizes if you are at the top of the leaderboard when it's all said and done. The first game is at 11:15 a.m. on Thursday. It's Louisville and Creighton, so make sure you pick a champion before then. We will also be at Buffalo Wings Rings tomorrow starting at 11 a.m. Get in line early. First 64 people in the building get a ping pong ball. If your team makes the Final Four, you win prizes as well. So you'll see that. We have currently, I checked around 9:30 a.m., we had 172 people in our bracket challenge. Let's get that up to over 200 by the end of today's show. So I'll keep updates on it. If you know your friends, hey, share the link. Hey, you like prizes? You like a chance to win prizes that cost absolutely nothing to you? Enter the challenge below. We're all filling out a bracket this year. Go ahead and fill out another one and enter for your chance to win some sweet prizes with the 93.7 The Ticket Bracket Challenge. All of us are starting to share it. So if you can't find it for whatever reason on our Ticket Twitter page, which you should be able to, go to my Twitter, go to Jake's, go to Austin's. We all retweeted it this morning, and it's on our pages as well.
It's very intriguing, man. The bracket, and just the teams that are in there. Guys, which ones jump out to you the most out of this? Obviously, we got the South, the East, the West, and the Midwest. Let's start in the South, man. What games jump out to you guys in the South the most, man?
Well, I instantly look at the North Carolina Ole Miss matchup right now, just because you obviously have, in North Carolina, you have North Carolina, who is what's their situation going to be, and you wonder whether or not they're going to be able to keep up this hot run that they are on. I mean, RJ Davis yesterday, who this season hasn't necessarily scored the ball at an incredible rate, but when you look at it here, RJ Davis had 20 some points last night against San Diego State. San Diego State's known for their defense, but North Carolina had a really good defensive performance as well yesterday. Can an 11 seed upset a 6 seed there? The other one that I like I'm really curious about is how does Texas A&M, after dealing with plane troubles, having their flight delayed, getting there maybe a little bit behind schedule, how do they respond against a 13 seed and 22-7 overall Yale?
Rav and Nick, I'm gonna tell you right now, man, and this is probably goofy of me, but Yale is one of those teams, man, that just you don't want. I think it's just scary because it's the parody of March Madness. You always you look at Farley Dickinson knocking out Purdue a couple years ago. I mean, we can go on and on of a lower tier of teams who have knocked out number 1 seeds to start the day off. So that Yale and to add to the overall story, Nick, like you mentioned, A&M with travel issues, etc. Will they come in dialed in? Because those young men from Yale will be dialed in. That is for sure.
Well, and on top of it all, guys, don't forget who Ole Miss's coach is. I'd be curious in going back to that Ole Miss North Carolina matchup real quick. You have Chris Beard there, who's been in the news for potential other openings. Right now, the biggest one of the offseason in Indiana has been filled with Darian DeVries. But you look at Ole Miss and Chris Beard, and he's a guy that's had a lot of success in the NCAA tournament. And so you have that as well, which then, presents an interesting second round matchup potentially with Ole Miss and Iowa State. Iowa State's going to be without Keshawn Gilbert, but you won't find a bigger TJ Otzelberger fan than myself. I love Iowa State's head coach, TJ Otzelberger. And so we'll see if Iowa State can maybe get it done this year.
I've been saying this though since Sunday though. Did North Carolina deserve to be in? Probably not. But then looking at the way they're set up, I continue to think that North Carolina makes it to the Sweet 16. Throwing it out there.
You know, I'm going to say this, Raff. I wouldn't put it by them. I just wouldn't. I would not put it by them. North Carolina just kind of has that. Sometimes like I said, they get hot and they just roll with it. They just roll with it.
They've got the players that they could do something like that. But then you look back at it and you're going to hear, see, they deserve to be in the tournament. But then it goes to, well, did they? Or it's a wild world we live in with tournament brackets. That's for sure.
Well, and when you look, I think at injuries are so interesting right now. Also, like when you're selecting brackets and picking games and whatnot and everything that goes with that, it's more of like how much weight do you put in the rest of the conference of the ACC not being very good, and North Carolina had a bad year in the ACC, and then conversely, Clemson had a really good year in the ACC, but the ACC was bad. How much stock do you put into that? It makes it almost impossible, right? Let's move down to the West Regional, guys, because the matchup I don't think this is going to be close. Is UConn against Oklahoma? I think UConn is going to demolish them. I do not think Oklahoma's. I really don't think Oklahoma's very good. I think Porter Mosier, the head coach, is looking for a way out of Oklahoma. In fact, I think when you look at the Oklahoma Sooners, they are in what was the best basketball conference of the year, right? SEC, who had 14 teams in. But you look at it, they are 20-13, and they're a 9 seed. Yeah. I think they are dramatically overseeded here. UConn,
don't sleep on Freers though.
But UConn, they barely lost to Creighton in the semifinal of the Big East Championship, and I put the Big East as a better basketball conference than the Big 12. And so I sit there, and so just looking at the transitive properties, I think UConn's going to have their way against Oklahoma. I'm not worried about the 9-8 matchup there. Go ahead and clip that. You know what? Let's clip that. I think UConn demolishes Oklahoma.
Do you guys think UConn has got a little bit of a chip on their shoulder right now after that loss to Creighton in the Big East tournament?
I think Dan Hurley knows how to win in March.
Yeah,
we can say everything we want to say about his attitude, about his demeanor on the sideline, and all of that's true. But who's won back-to-back titles? The UConn Huskies and Dan Hurley.
True that.
They know how to win, man. They know how to win. Nick, I'm not sure if it'll be a blowout.
No, it's going to be probably even. But
I think UConn probably takes care of business, to your point, because Hurley, like you mentioned, man, that dude simply, you know what? He simply knows how to get it done. I'm not going to skip ahead, but he reminds me of Izzo. UConn can do some things during the regular season. You're like, what in the world? And they get to March, and they're a different team. Tom Izzo's team is the same way. Michigan State, we'll discuss that as well. I'd say another game, a team that better be careful, in my opinion, unless they're going to be back in Lawrence very quickly, is Kansas versus Arkansas.
Yeah.
I think, that's a 20-13 team. KU, you guys, has had some major, but I'll say this. Different than Hurley of late, I will say this. Man, does it seem like you guys itself? I mean, obviously we're from a distance. We're just talking heads. That's all we are. But does it seem like that? Does it seem like Kansas has kind of lost that edge? Is it just me?
Well, we can't forget this is the number 1 team at the start of the year, preseason number 1.
That's what I keep on telling myself too. It's like they've struggled, and they're kind of like the North Carolina team, to where they've struggled, but they've got the players. Like, you have Hunter Dickinson. They've got, if they can put things together where I could see them make a run. But like you said, they also could be back in Lawrence, very soon. But I keep on going back to Bill Self. He's been there, he's done that. That if it's a time to put this team and to get them right, this is the time for that to happen.
I think Kansas gets it done in the first round. I don't know how much camaraderie there is right now with Arkansas. You look at the teams that spent, and it was a fascinating tweet. I think it was Jeff Goodman of Field of 68 tweeted out the other day about how the 3 teams in the country that paid the most NIL money, 2 of the 3 did not make the NCAA tournament. The third was Arkansas, who barely got it.
Wow. That's interesting.
I think that's real fascinating when you look at it. John Calipari, the whole Tyson Foods thing last year in the offseason, they come back. The last time John Calipari when he was with Kentucky, they got upset as a 3 seed. Don't forget. Kansas, they still have guys like AJ Storr. They still have Hunter Dickinson. I think at the end of the day, Kansas is the more talented team. And I like Johnny Davis, who is the former FAU guard that played under Dusty May when they went on their big tournament run. FAU did a couple of years ago. But I really, really like the matchup for Kansas here. I think Kansas wins that one against Arkansas. I think whoever wins that game, though, loses in the next round to St. John's. I'll tell you guys the other matchup that I'm fascinated with. From
Omaha?
Probably not. From a coaching standpoint, in the West Regional, and this would be a team that I wouldn't be surprised upset and actually make the Sweet 16, and that's the Colorado State Rams. Nico Medved is the head coach out there at Colorado State, and Colorado State's playing some of the best basketball at the mid-major level, 25-9 on the year, but as of late they play a really intriguing matchup in the first round against Penny Hardaway and the Memphis Tigers. That coaching matchup with not only Penny Hardaway because of the name, but Nico Medved, where he's probably going to be Minnesota's head coach next year, is what I would infer and probably put my money on, is that I think that's really fascinating from a 12 seed, 5 seed matchup standpoint, because do you have the distraction of Colorado State potentially losing their head coach versus a team in Memphis and Penny Hardaway, who we all know the backstory there with Penny.
Another thing, Nick, another guy that you were too young to remember. They had that. Hey, Raff, remember the little penny, the commercials?
Penny commercials.
Little penny commercials. You know what, you guys? I'm gonna say this, man. I think they're 11th seed. Now, you obviously have to look at their strength of schedule, but you got Drake, 11th seed, 30-3 going against Missouri, man. To me, that's another game that's going to be intriguing in the West. You're looking at a team that's looking for respect. They're well coached. Drake could be an Achilles heel, I think, for Missouri if they're not careful, man.
Here's a nugget for you guys. We talked about the coaches that might leave. I think Ben McCollum's probably going to leave Drake at some point.
And you love Drake's coach.
And I love Ben McCollum. I don't know if you guys know this. So he was born in Iowa City. Ben McCollum was, or near Iowa City. No, here, get this. I don't know how much, since you guys have been traveling in the last 24 hours, you've been paying attention to the coaching searches and tea leaves and things like that. So
senior guy from West Virginia's gone.
Right? Darian DeFries. Now here's the thing. Darian DeFries with a $8 million NIL budget is dangerous. Plus he's going to bring his son, Tucker, who sat out this year to fix a lingering shoulder injury with West Virginia. And West Virginia, probably should have still made the tournament. But on top of it all, here's what I would say. With Indiana now finding out that they're going to go with Darian DeFries, Ben McCollum was somewhat of a shoe-in for Iowa. However, Iowa doesn't necessarily have all this money to leverage against other universities. So now West Virginia's entered the picture for Ben McCollum. Ben McCollum, though, he's currently at Drake. Do you guys know where he was at? Any guesses before Drake?
I'm gonna go with Creighton.
Okay, he was a head coach. That'll be a hint. He was a head coach.
Creighton.
He was a head coach at a non-Division I school. Drake is his first Division I offer.
These community college.
He was at so Ben McCollum was at Northwest Missouri State.
Right down the road.
He was the head coach.
Bearcat.
At Northwest Missouri State. Ben McCollum, get this. At Northwest, so at Drake, they're 30-3, obviously. We talked about that, right? As a head coach, he's been one since 2009. He was at Northwest Missouri State from 2009 to 2024. Since 2009, when he got his first head coaching job at Northwest Missouri State, guess how many losses he has since 2009?
No idea.
We are talking 16 years. He has a total
50.
A total of 94 losses. His record as a head coach is 422-94. That is his record.
That is insane.
He has an 82% win percentage. Ben McCollum does in his coaching career since 2009. He is 30-3 this year with Drake. The other side of it, you have Dennis Gates. Dennis Gates, obviously the brother of former Husker assistant coach Ahman Gates, but Dennis Gates in Missouri. Ben McCollum, that whole thing is fascinating. How distracted is Drake with them going to be losing their head coach this offseason? We'll find out when they play Missouri. Guys,
Pete Ferguson typed in real. Pete typed in real fast. He goes, Ben is a winner. He goes, check his Northwest Missouri State record. Raff, Nick, what you just mentioned.
Yeah.
He goes, you want to understand the impact. Again, good morning to you, Pete. He goes, left Northwest Missouri State, and they didn't even make the big league conference tournament this year.
No.
Wow.
Guys, the guy has 94 losses in the last 16 years. Do you guys I get that it's at a different level. I am well aware of that. Fred Hoiberg's lost 82 games in his time at Nebraska.
Yeah.
I understand it's at a different level. I'm not trying to bag on Fred. That's not just to give it in perspective.
Just the numbers, man. Just
Nebraska's program's lost 82. Ben McCollum as a head coach since 2009 has lost 94. He's 422 and 94.
That is insane. Well, let's definitely dive into the East and Midwest when we come back, man.
There it is. Raffy, take us.
All right, throw it a break. It's The Drive, 93.7, The Ticket.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Wrestling fans, it's time to elevate your game, just like Stevens & Smith Construction does for your concrete needs. As your full-service concrete contractor, we deliver solid results every time. From singles to doubles, fighting for inside position to scrambling reversals, we know how to pin down quality and slam expectations. Stevens & Smith Construction, a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket, where Husker wrestlers bring you all the action. Don't stall. Stevens & Smith Construction is here to help you build a concrete foundation for the win. Check us out at www.stevensandsmith.com because stalling is a penalty and winning is the only option. Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today: snow, wind, and blizzard conditions likely. We'll see a high around 36. Tonight, decreasing clouds, continue wind, a low around 20. And tomorrow, we'll see sunny skies with a light breeze and an afternoon high around 44. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fletcher for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Right now, when you drive by Honda of Lincoln, you'll see more than 200 new Hondas and over 125 pre-owned vehicles. Hi, Charlie Stone here, and with me on the line is Andy Goodyear of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, how does it feel to have so many vehicles in stock again for your customers?
Charlie, it feels amazing to see how excited our customers are. They love the ability to see, test drive, and take immediate delivery of the exact new Honda they're looking for.
Do you have some good offers to talk about?
We sure do, Charlie. We're offering financing as low as 0.9% APR up to 72 months, or great lease rates on every new Honda. It's the perfect time to drive away in the new Honda you've been dreaming of.
How about pre-owned, Andy?
We have over 125 pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Just about every make and model with prices starting at under $10,000.
Maybe it's time you experience the best, the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Be sure to check out the top-selling Recomp. Recomp helps build lean muscle and strength while decreasing body fat. Recomp is ideal for men and women of all ages trying to look their best. Recomp can only be found in Nutrition Authority. For info, visit mynutritionauthority.com.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
Forget the lame excuse this year. Your boss already knows why you can't make it to work for those magical 2 days in mid-March. Join 93.7 The Ticket on Thursday and Friday at Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O for March Mayhem. Come early on Thursday and get a ping pong ball with a lucky team on it. And stay all day for prizes throughout and buzzer beater upsets. It's March Mayhem with 93.7 The Ticket for the NCAA tournament at Buffalo Wings and Rings, 68th and O.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks? Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Green on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Oh, yeah.
It's snowing hard. Yeah, my flight is bumped again, it looks like here. Now it's saying I think 5:30.
Wow.
Yeah.
Room to stay in your room, or are you going to go back to the bookstore? I guess that's probably a bit of a walk.
Yeah, I'm gonna check and see what they got here and see what happens. I'm not gonna just sit in the airport that long. That's for dang sure. So yeah, like I said, as you know, I'm not the embassy right down in the old market. So yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get an extension.
Guys, despite the weather, you know who's working hard today?
Who's that?
Renew Your Auto.
Yes, indeed.
Renew Your Auto's working hard. This segment brought to you by our friends at Renew. Call or text Nate, Eric, or David at 402-833-3858 or visit Renew online at renewyourauto.com. Raffy, what do they do best?
Everything.
That is correct. Body shop, ceramic coatings, window tinting, spray and bed liners, paintless dent repair, rust proofing, undercoating, and so much more. Give Nate, Eric, or David a text or a call today, 402-833-3858, or you can learn more online at renewyourauto.com and see what Renew can do for you. Working hard today. We've seen it from David. He always works hard.
Always grinding.
DF getting it done. Appreciate you, DF. Appreciate you. And on a day like this, obviously someone's unfortunate. You know, if something gets happened to their vehicle, cleaning, dinged up, etc., Dave will be there to take care of them along with his team. So appreciate that.
So, guys, we have 187 people right now in our tournament challenge.
Oh, wow.
We need to get 13 more people by the end of this segment, or by the end in the next 15 minutes. All right. So everybody that's listening, and I know there's a lot of people listening here. I can see, I see the numbers on our stream. I know there's a lot of people listening. Share it. Tell the folks. Win some prizes. You're not going to get a perfect bracket, so just shoot for the skies and just say, well, I hope I can get as good of a bracket as Nick does. You can see Big Swim's brackets out there. My champion's been selected. I already said it. And as we go to the East Regional, guys, what games do you like?
I just retweeted it as well, Nick, so I got it on there, man.
Cool.
I'll get them on there to do it. Out of the East, there's some intriguing games in this, but my good friend and agent Chris Fisher out in Danville, California. He's a St. Mary's grad, and St. Mary's is a dangerous team, man.
They're always tough.
What are they? The Golden Gales, whatever they call them, the Gales, whatever they call them. Yeah, they are a dangerous team. They obviously beat Nebraska earlier this year. I think that was at I was the one up in South Dakota, Sioux Falls.
The Pentagon.
Yep. Yeah, the Pentagon. They beat Nebraska early this year up at the Pentagon. St. Mary's and Vandy is going to be, I think, intriguing, but St. Mary's is going to be a team to watch for me at least. I think they're going to be a dangerous team, man.
I look at the Duke game, not really the first round game, but what they faced. How is Cooper Flagg's injury? Is it going to be something he's wanting to play on Friday? Is that going to deter them any? Because I think let's see here, Mississippi State, Baylor. Yeah, so I think that's something that you're going to have to really look at with Cooper Flagg is what is his health going to be? And I think that'll be something that might linger on throughout the tournament.
I think so goes his health, so goes Duke as far as that goes, because as they get deeper, they're going to need him big time as far as that goes. What about you, Nick? What are you looking at in the East, man?
I really like BYU in the entire NCAA tournament this year. I think that they have a really fortunate draw. I think BYU is a team that can make the Sweet 16. I'm not very high on Wisconsin right now. I think BYU and a lot of the Big 12 teams, they score a lot of points. And I think that does them well in the first round. And I think that treats them well in the second round as well against even hypothetically speaking, if Wisconsin beats Montana. I think BYU is a 6th seed here that I see making the Sweet 16. I have them eventually losing in the Sweet 16 because my national champion pick comes out of the East Regional with the 2 seed in this regional, the Alabama Crimson Tide. But I see that I think BYU is really, really good. They had a really nice performance in the Big 12 tournament in the semifinal against Iowa State when it was all said and done. From the Midwest Regional, guys, before we get ready to wrap things up in our final segment after the break, this is a regional in the Midwest that has Houston as the 1 seed, Tennessee as the 2 seed. But there's a lot of in the middle of the road, there's a lot of prominent names. You have a Gonzaga who's used to being a lot higher than a 9 seed, as a 9 seed in an 8-9 matchup. Or excuse me, they're an 8 seed this year in the 8-9 matchup. McNeese against Clemson, and that's a 12-5 game. Illinois against either Texas or Xavier tonight. The Midwest Regional is filled with a lot of notable teams that are used to postseason experience, maybe just in different seeds than what they're used to.
I'm excited for that Gonzaga versus Georgia game. I think that's going to be an interesting game because you realize that Gonzaga's got that long streak. I think going to the Sweet 16, is it like 10 consecutive years or something like that? And then you're looking at Georgia, which I enjoy watching because you've got Tony's son who's assistant coach there. Tony Goins.
Yeah, Goins. Yeah, that's right. Gonzaga is one of those teams, like you mentioned, Raff. It's just a dangerous team, and obviously you're going against a pedigree of a blue blood like a Georgia. They're kind of ragamuffin. A lot of athletes get up and down the court, but like I said, Gonzaga is one of those teams that's going to fundamental you to death and make you pay for it. It reminds me of the game we were talking about earlier with Yale. Another game that's intriguing to me, gentlemen, that I think UCLA better be careful against Utah State. That's just me. UCLA better be careful against Utah State as a 10th seed. I told you kind of the numbers regarding that 7th seed versus 10 seeds. It's not very much different in the men's bracket as well. I was talking about the women of Nebraska before, but Utah State is a rough team. They kind of remind me of Gonzaga, to be honest with you. Just a rugged team that gets up and down the court and fundamentally sound. So UCLA, again, it just burns me up to see UCLA, a team that we beat, in this, and a few teams as far as it goes, as far as our quad ones. But UCLA, I think, better be on the upset alert. They better take things very careful and be very alert against Utah State down there in the Midwest.
So, here's another thing, guys, before we get out of here, is you look at that 12-5 matchup, and the 12 seed versus the 5 seed is always one that kind of sticks out to people as a potential upset. And this goes back to kind of that North Carolina conversation of how do you view the ACC this year, right? Because the ACC collectively had a down year, but if you really dive deep on Clemson, they had a really nice season, and they've had a lot of they have had a good showing against quad one wins, which we know is highly valued. But McNeese, the wild card in all of this is McNeese's head coach Will Wade. Will Wade is a Clemson graduate coaching against his alma mater, and if for the people that don't remember Will Wade was the guy that got busted at LSU for paying players. And ended up getting fired from LSU because he paid players. Now, last year, what's up?
He was ahead of his time.
Exactly. It just wasn't legal. It just wasn't legal by then. But Will Wade now at McNeese, he kind of has had a career rejuvenation to where they are a mid-major team. They're one of the better ones, obviously, this season at 27-6 overall. McNeese doesn't score a lot of points, but they play defense. They play defense. And they have a veteran squad. I was doing some research on McNeese against Clemson yesterday, and they rank top 30th in the country in opponent field goal percentage. They hold their opponents to under 36% shooting the basketball per average per game. So I maybe this is a low scoring game. I think that the over under, just to put this at, is at 134.5. That's like a 60 to 50 type of ball game. Which is kind of bizarre in this day and age of the Big 12 and in the SEC. Alabama averages a little over 85 points a game. Like in this day and age, to have somebody held under 36% from the field on average. Now, granted, it's against other mid-major opponents, but still the statistic still reigns true. It's Will Wade coaching against his alma mater. Does the defense travel? Does the defense show up? And can a 12 seed upset a 5 seed there? Also, the other one that I'd be referencing also, guys, is Kentucky. I mentioned it last time. John Calipari, when Kentucky was the 3 seed last, they lost to Wofford they lost to Bryant, I believe. Well, guess what? Kentucky is now once again a 3 seed under first-year head coach Mark Pope. And now can Mark Pope and Kentucky do something that they weren't able to do as a 3 seed last time, and that's win a matchup against a 14 seed. This year they have the Troy Trojans.
Yeah, that's going to be it's going to be interesting to see what they do under this new leadership. Obviously, they've been doing well, sitting at 22-11, 3 seed against Troy. So that's going to be interesting to see how Kentucky will do this year. It's going to be weird. It's still weird not seeing Calipari on that sideline with them, man. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do.
Yeah, exactly. All right, gents, we got one final timeout before we wrap it up. Raffy, take it away, my friend.
All right, we'll throw it a break. Just the drive, 93.7, The Ticket.
What's going on, fans? This is Lexi Rodriguez, 4-time All-American at Nebraska and now proud member of Omaha's newest professional team, Love Omaha Volleyball. League One Volleyball is bringing the heat this year. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national players, and national champions right here in Omaha from now through April. We can't wait to see you cheering us on in the stands. Visit lovboma.com to buy single match tickets to see me and Love Omaha Volleyball in action this season. Go Big Green!
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and March Madness is here, and Koppel is ready to rock and roll. We just closed the books on a tremendous February, and we're locked and loaded for a big March. True 0% APR is happening right now at Koppel on select new models. Plus, Koppel has over $10,500 off list on other select new models. Our pre-owned truck lot is full of late model low gyms as well. So make that short drive down 144th Street or check us out online at koppelcars.com. All deals with a roof credit, 0% is standalone.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Get ready for spring by joining an evidence-based program to improve your health and well-being. These programs use proven strategies to help you make lasting changes, whether it's boosting nutrition, increasing activity, managing stress, or enhancing wellness. Invest in yourself today and feel your best this spring and beyond. Paid for by the Nebraska Department of Health and Human Services. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Advanced Medical Imaging is the largest radiology group in Nebraska, located in Lincoln at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard. At Advanced Medical Imaging, they utilize state-of-the-art technology and blend it together with their compassionate, skilled team to guide you through every step. Whether it's an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray, their precise diagnostics help your doctor deliver the best care plan for you. Choose clarity and comfort in your life by choosing Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard and online at amimaging.com.
Lincoln's go-to for fun isn't new. It's a place that's been a staple of the city for years and is only getting better. Matson's Bowling and Billiards always has open bowling available with no long lines unlike other centers. They have live music almost every weekend and great food at EJ's Bar and Lounge, with seating for 150 people. They have popular meals like the EJ Burger, pizza for the whole family, and famous EJ's Wings. Contact Sarah to book a party for friends, coworkers, or family at Matson's Bowling and Billiards, just south of 48th and Holdridge.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning. Now in our new time, we're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Are you facing a legal problem and don't know where to turn? You need trial attorneys you can trust. Liberty Law Group's experienced trial attorneys will handle your case with professionalism and compassion. Whether you have been accused of a crime, injured in an accident, or threatened with a lawsuit, you can trust that Liberty Law will be there for you. Call for a free consultation and find out how Liberty Law can protect your rights and interests. That's 877-42-LIBERTY, 877-42-LIBERTY, or visit libertylawnebraska.com. Liberty Law Group, trial attorneys you can trust.
Love is in the air, and so are big savings. It's the Big I Do event at Sartor Heyman Jewelers, South Point Pavilions, April 4th through the 6th. For 3 days only, enjoy 20% off all engagement rings and wedding bands, plus exclusive bridal collections from our top designers. Whether you're saying yes or I do, shop now for the year's best prices and selection. April 4th through 6th, Sartor Heyman Jewelers, South Point Pavilions.
Hey, what are you talking about over there?
Huh?
I said, what are you talking about?
You know, Bill, I think it's time for both of us to get our hearing checked. We should head over to Christensen Hearing Analytics.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about them. They offer a free hearing consultation and screening, affordable hearing aid prices, and a knowledgeable staff with over 30 years of experience.
Visit Christensen Hearing Analytics today in Williamsburg Village or give them a call at 402-489-3450. Christensen Hearing Analytics. A better life starts with better hearing.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Green on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Again, this is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. It is Wednesday, wrapping up another show. Nick, did you have a chance to watch the American Idol tryout girl that I told you about?
I'm going to be honest, Raff. I did not.
I
forgot all about it. I'm sorry.
AD, if you get a chance today, you got to look up there's American Idol tryout. I just thought it was the perfect girl for Nick. So
Really?
if you get a chance today, I believe it's Sophie Powers. Check it out. TikTok or any video. It's captivating the nation. I just thought that she would be the perfect girl for Nick.
Was she good or bad as a singer?
It depends how you
Raff,
look at it.
Raff, how dare you say this? This is why I can't take you seriously. This is why I can't take you seriously. What, Raff? Let's talk about something positive. What's Raff's good take today, my friend? My enemy.
Hey, Sophie Powers, I'm telling you. All right,
I'll check her out.
Yeah,
No,
it's funny. I mean, you guys have the same personality. I mean, just sense of humor.
Yeah, I can't tell that sarcasm from a mile away. Go ahead, Raff. What you got? We got to stay on time here, my friend.
All right, everybody. Today's Raff's good take comes from Pete Ferguson, year 18 of the Belmont Tracks Power of Experience. They had their gala last night. This year's orientation nomination celebration featured a full house of red carpet event unveiling a vintage new logo. Alums shared valuable lessons with new members, accompanied by proud siblings and family members, while the fourth grade team presented powerful nominations to introduce this year's participants. This year's 2025 cadre members are Elizabeth Colley, Essence Colley, Miriam Ahmed, Dominic Reyes, Mohammed Hassan, Ahmed Mohammed, Lua Goni, Ziona Barbie, Zainab Tattoo, Aileen Al Namo, and Corey Cooper. So congratulations to everybody, and congratulations to Belmont Tracks for 18 years. That is awesome. So
Fantastic.
Raff's good take.
Fantastic. You know, Raff, we'll keep it down with the 80 attitude adjustment. I love that, man. They've done a great job. And again, shout out to Pete for all he does for the community, a pillar of the community. So big shout out to them on that, man.
There you go. Gentlemen, we have 45 seconds, Raffy. Enjoy your 70-degree weather. I'll say this, AD, safe travels to Minnesota whenever you get out of Omaha.
Yeah,
that is.
We'll see.
And
for
the folks listening in the capital city, be safe. Be
Definitely
safe.
safe.
Raffy, 30 seconds. Take it away.
All right, everyone. Be nice to each other. Make it as best a day possible. And we will talk to you tomorrow.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized.